Welcome to the Green Jobs and Skills Pavilion at the Africa Climate Summit 2 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I am so excited that we managed to pull this off with amazing partners like AGRA, WWF, SNV, FES, and many other supporting partners who came on to be able to make sure that the issue of green jobs and green skills is heightened at this summit. It's been an amazing 3 days. Today is the third day, and the conversations ranging from just energy transition to agriculture to the involvement of young people, even at the policy level, has been amazing. The conversations and the engagements have been really invigorating and have brought to light the need, not just for the involvement of young people, but their empowerment and the how-to, not just that they need to be involved, but actually the how-to. In a continent that has a median age of 19.2 and whose population is 70% of young people, we have to be able to empower these young people with various skills for the future, to enable them to succeed and to be able to contribute meaningfully to the continent. And so as Jacob's Ladder, together with our partners, we decided to make sure that there's a heightened focus on green skills at this particular Africa Climate Summit, in the hope that there's continued pressure and focus on making sure that the continent is investing in green skills and enabling young people to participate in the emerging sectors like the e-mobility, carbon market, and not just as recipients of the conversations or technology or knowledge, but being able to contribute to them meaningfully.
You know, the African agricultural systems can create huge jobs in multiple fronts. One, by increasing productivity and deploying sustainable intensification, we can increase yield. When yield is increasing, production is increasing, that creates a lot of market opportunities, input opportunities, but also agro-processing. So a lot of jobs can be created across the chain. So really expanding, the production system without expanding land. The second level of, I think, job creation is by intensification and diversification. When we diversify our systems with high-value crops, for example, when we move from one crop to multiple crops, some are really knowledge-intensive, service-intensive, but also are export-oriented, require a certain quality. Others are aggregation, input delivery, service delivery, training. All those are really, and they're now digital. All these are really opportunities for our young people to have green jobs. And most importantly, if we bring in integrated approaches at a scale by bringing farms, linking farms with landscapes, we can intensify our systems at the same time improve our adapting to climate change.
The stakeholders, government, the private banks, and other development partners should align their investment into workforce requirement.
The NDC 3.0 would be the most appropriate in terms of mainstreaming policy or looking at the policy shifts, what policy shifts are needed. The NDC 3.0 provides us that good opportunity. But more importantly, we're not just looking at the NDCs, right? We're looking at creating synergies across the climate, biodiversity, and development.
So one of the things that came up out of the summit is that there's been continued declarations, continued commitments. Obviously, we know that that's a thing in many of the COPs and many of these convenings around climate. And that's why, as Jacob's Ladder, together with our partners, we are advocating for a very specific amount going towards green skills. And so we are advocating that 10% of the climate finance that flows into the continent should be committed towards the development of green skills of the young people on the continent. This is the only way we'll make sure that the investment is not just money flowing in and being executed by other people, but that our young people are benefiting in the process. And so we, as Jacob's Ladder, will be hosting the inaugural Africa Green Workforce Development Summit in 2026 in Nairobi, Kenya. If you are interested as an individual who's doing amazing work in this space, the development of green skills, or aggressively deploying projects that are creating green jobs that can be emulated across the continent, we invite you to reach out to us. If you'd like to partner in one way or the other, this is your moment. Let's work together, design something that can be able to showcase what's happening on the continent, the challenges we're facing, but also the solutions that we can bring to the table, because that's what the Africa Climate Summit is all about. Africa providing solutions to Africa and the rest of the world.